Blackest Good News broadcast. Speaking to Chandler Burr. Hi, Chandler. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Okay, good. Chandler is the New York Times Scent, S-C-E-N-T critic, and GQ magazine Scent editor. You're a scenting kind of a guy. What does that mean?
Well, yeah, it's a little bit strange. I was standing in the Gare du Nord. I'm a reporter. I actually have a background in Japanese political economy, naturally. And I was standing in the Gare du Nord in...
Perfect fit.
Yeah, I know. Well, but this is the thing. Because I was doing that, I was going to London. I was in Paris. I was going to London to do a piece on Tony Blair at the time. And I met a guy standing in line behind me at the Eurostar. And we started talking. And he's a biophysicist, but he researches smell. He researches smell because he's a genius of perfume. And I said, oh, that's interesting. I wound up writing a book about the guy, The Emperor's Scent, which led to my doing a long piece on perfume, the creation of a perfume over a year at Hermes for the New Yorker. And because of the New Yorker piece, the Times said, we want you to come and write for us. So I said, okay, fine. I'll do it if you make me the scent critic.
What a deal.
No, it was good. It was fun. So I write a column. I'm an art critic there. We have a movie critic, we have a restaurant critic, an art, painting and architecture, and I'm the scent critic.
Well, and I know that because I'm a New York Times. I get it home here, and I will continue to get it home my whole life. It's a
excellent,
great newspaper. You do a great job, and it's a big honor to get to talk to you.
Oh, thank you.
You also have a book called The Perfect Scent, too. Guides viewers through a spectacular sensory experience in time for autumn. But today is going to be something quite special here. This is a whole project here, the scent, to start to get people with the note. Because isn't it the scent, taste? How does the scent and taste compare?
Well,
are they equal?
No, yeah. See, this is the interesting thing. They're not equal at all. And do you know the answer to this? If I ask you what percent of what you eat and perceive as taste, what percent you're actually smelling? Do you know what percent that is?
I don't. I would say it's about 66 1/3.
Yeah, it's much. You're smelling a lot more than that. You want to guess again?
99 9/10.
Okay. Not quite, but you know what? You're not that far away. It's 95%. 95% of what you taste or what you perceive to be tasting, you're actually smelling. It's actually registering on your olfactory receptors, not your taste buds.
Well, I know right now what I'm smelling is a mocha-flavored coffee from Starbucks, one of these single-serve packets.
Exactly. These are the Starbucks Via-flavored coffees, which is how I got into this.
Lazy kind of guy here right now. Boom, bang, with a water, boom. This is delicious.
They're helpful if you're late all the time, as I am.
And as I was this morning as well. I think we're going to do a little scent test here. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. Did you have the two raw materials here?
I do.
Okay, so one of the blotters, cinnamon bark, and isn't that beautiful? Put it on your nose. Don't touch it to your nose, but inhale that. Isn't that beautiful?
It's a good one. That's a beauty.
Spicy. It's got a woody angle. This is actually a cinnamon bark from Ceylon. And what is interesting to me is, when the Starbucks people came to me and they said, "Well, we'd like you to taste these new products." This Starbucks Via flavored coffees. It's flavored. Okay, well, that's interesting. I mean, obviously, I know that flavors and scents are very closely linked, particularly when they're naturals. And they sent them to me, which was sort of fun because I got to experience them before anybody else. And they're terrific. What's interesting from my point of view is there are four of them. There's vanilla, caramel, mocha, which is essentially a chocolate, and a cinnamon. And this is one of the other blotter you've got is actually a perfume, and this is by Calvin Klein. It's a perfume called Secret Obsession.
Right.
I think it's one of the best perfumes around. I think I gave it 5 stars in the New York Times. This is, if you smell that, you can smell that it's a spice, but it's not. They've taken the cinnamon and they've used it beautifully. They've balanced it with the other raw materials. So this is the perfume is creamy, it's smooth, it's elegant. You can smell the cinnamon, but it's a part of this. And Starbucks said to me, "Look, this is why we're interested in having you taste these and in having you experience them and talk about them if you like them." what we've been doing for years. I didn't realize this. I mean, you drink Starbucks, you go to Starbucks, and you sort of take it for granted. And I have the things I like best, which is always the iced coffee with a lot of milk. And I just assumed that they had these, and they don't actually. It's fascinating. And they have waited 20 years to come out with this because they had to find the perfect technology for getting the flavors that they wanted and putting into these coffees. It's very, very similar to perfume. The perfumer has to balance these things out perfectly, and the flavorists at Starbucks had to balance out the vanilla and the caramel. Now you said you got the cinnamon, right?
Yeah.
And you're drinking that now, right?
Well, actually, me personally, right now, I'm doing the mocha flavored
coffee. Are you doing the mocha?
Yeah, at this moment, because it is a little hysterical this morning here for me.
Oh well, all right. So the chocolate will help with that.
Well, the chocolate's already gone.
Oh yeah. Oh, good. So you started early, huh?
I did. It's a wild day already.
Well, it's good.
It's good. Got a lot of good ones. I love interviewing the Starbucks gentleman who, and I can't recollect his name, I should have written it down, but who tastes on a daily basis like 15 cups of coffee.
I know, it's amazing. It's
quality control guy.
It's absolutely extraordinary. I actually I took a very interesting trip with one of the Starbucks people to Costa Rica. And I've gone to Origin for tea. I've gone with Tazo, actually, and we went to Darjeeling. And it was wonderful, and we tasted the teas there. And I took one trip with Starbucks to Costa Rica to go to Origin on the coffees, and it's fascinating to go there and you see them being grown, and then you go to the roaster, and they got this huge machine that's roasting these beans just in this very particular way. I loved it.
Well, one thing I love about Starbucks is that it's a community setting. First, physically, a lot of people hanging out there. It's laid back. Their interests, Ethos Water, the guy who was involved with that, who was on our show. We actually are very involved with water. So,
oh, really?
We have a show called The Water Hour, and we have 60 hours on the subject of water. We do stuff with Pete Seeger this weekend. We had a water concert on the pier. In fact, I'll invite you to Halloween. We're having a party, another one.
Great.
Echo Fest this coming weekend. We're involved with this. We help create the UN International Decade of Water.
Huh.
So water is very important, and what Starbucks does with the water, with the coffee, and with their philanthropic outreach, that's why I'm always happy to do some stories with them.
Yeah, it's terrific.
Very, very concerned in all these issues, and it's good news. This is excellent. So we have 4 flavors now with these things.
4 flavors.
Caramel, mocha, vanilla.
And cinnamon. Now, have you tried all 4 of them, or have you just tried
No, I haven't. I've just been lucky I got 1 cup of coffee here today.
Oh, really? I got to tell you, I love the vanilla. The vanilla is probably my favorite, and it's subtle. What's interesting is they're all very subtle. They've balanced them perfectly. One of the things I was worried about when they sent them before I drank them is this going to be too strong? Is the caramel really is it going to be this cloying? Is it going to be sweet? I mean, I like caramel, but generally they pour it on, and it's not what they really tried to do, and I think have done so well, is balance.
Do you know how they make these kinds of things, Chandler? Do you know how that vanilla's made or caramel's made?
Well, I know how it's extracted for perfumery raw materials, and the technologies are similar. I don't think they're exactly the same. But when they did this, they really did it. They did it beautifully. For example, there's a perfume called Eau d'Huile, which is out now from a niche house called Diptyque, and it's beautiful. It is a balance of 2 vanillas, a very smoky, dark, charred vanilla, and a very clean, pure vanilla from Madagascar. And when I tasted the vanilla, I put the stuff, I put the packet in my cup, and I put the hot water in. You stir it around, and you smell it, and it's so light, and it's so clean and pure. It is not heavy, and I thought, okay, this is something I can actually drink.
Is caramel a bean? What the heck is caramel?
Caramel is a classic French, one of the mise en place almost. It is simply sugar that is browned in butter, and it's terrific when it's made well. It has to be made well. You have to get a great chef who knows how to do this, and you stir it around, and the butter melts the sugar, and there is a catalysis that happens, and you want to burn it just a little bit. Just brown it. It depends. You can burn it if you want the smoke. the char, which I actually really like, I have to admit. In the Via, it's a lighter caramel. It's not heavy. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's just something that's very, very smooth.
All right. What's in the Perfect Scent guides?
The Perfect Scent is a book about me hanging out with Hermes and Sarah Jessica Parker, watching them create 2 perfumes.
You got a torturous job. All right, last question. What's good news for you?
What's what? Sorry?
Good news for you.
What's good news? What's good news for me? Oh, a great scent.
Who's that?
A great new scent.
A great new set?
What's good news? What do I like? What do I like to hear?
Yeah.
I like to hear about a great new perfume coming out.
There you go. Fantastic. Okay, Chandler. Good man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care, man. Thanks.